They shorten everything. Everything is shortened.
Tongues.
Oh,
I thought it was the other thing.
yo, yes.
Yeah. They're
I remember that one
Josephine,
shocked me.
You can just bring along your thumbs. I'm like, I'm sorry, what? Already, I'm shooken. How are you going? I'm like, by bus.
Yeah,
Like, by car.
Yeah, the
and
terms.
then no worries, everything, no worries. I'm like,
There's
when
no
will
worries
you
at
people
all?
worry? When are you going to worry
Not even
about
one
life?
worry.
Not even one. Oh, no worries at all, mate. No worries. They're like, yeah, we'll just see you tomorrow, Ava. I'm like,
Avocado?
Like avocado? It was not. Ava is like afternoon. No matter how short your name is, when you come to Australia, they will shorten it further. If your name is Obi, your name here is Ozo. Australian swims with shark. Shark. That is shark. The one that Tasman, that eats people. And they'll tell you, oh, we've just put a barrier in the beach so it can't get past. I'm like, who told you? And you now have me as a certified Nigerian girl that eats jollof rice and egusi soup. Egusi just coming out of my body. I'll just go and stand. Let me tell you, that shark will break that barrier to eat me because it will eat nutritious food. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Doing Diaspora. On this channel, we talk about everything in relation to traveling to the diaspora, living in diaspora, and I'm talking Australia, Canada, the United States, whatever the case may be. Today, we're going to be talking about some culture shocks. As in, you know, when you land in a place, and you're like, what kind of behavior is this? That's what I mean by culture shock. So, I have here Alexis Karagu. Say your surname. What's your surname?
Yeah.
Karugu. I got it right the first time.
Yes, but you're very unsure. You're like,
Okay.
Karagu.
Alexis Karugu. She's Kenyan. She's my Kenyan sister. Let me tell you, I'm half Kenyan. That's the truth. I don't care what anybody says. They just don't know. If I check my lineage, I'm definitely half Kenyan. She's my Kenyan sister. I've known her for
Those days,
when we
like
were-
20 years.
when we were
But it's not
single.
like 20 years.
It's not up to 20
Yes.
years. Okay. I've known her for a while, and I
Before.
wanted to bring her on because you've lived in Australia for what, 10 years?
Before COVID. Yeah.
Definitely before BC. What were some of the culture shocks that you had initially when you first came to Australia? Give me one. I have like plenty. So just that. Give me one in particular that stood out to you.
I think I found it interesting that people were not, maybe I'm a bit of a germaphobe, but people are so lackadaisical about it, you know.
Repeat the English. Say it slowly. Like
They're so lax about it, you know, like you walk into the...
So that's the short form of like the other one.
No,
That's
no,
lax.
I hope lackadaisical is meaning what I'm hoping that it's meaning.
I
But
hope so.
anyway,
I might be using it out of context.
I'm talking about like people taking the outside and bringing it in. You know, like they've got their outside shoes and they bring them in and they walk around. You know, like they go upstairs. They like.
So in
that's-
Kenya, you don't bring shoes into the house?
Yeah, but we don't walk around in the house with them.
Okay.
Like you would take off your shoes at the door. You don't do that.
That's a very Malaysian thing. I know it's a thing because I grew up in Malaysia, but I don't think back in Nigeria. I might be wrong. If I'm wrong, let me know. Okay, personal space. You see that kiss? What if you don't brush your mouth? That was a lot for me.
That's
And then the
true.
love. Like, you know, thanks, love.
Thanks, love.
No worries,
Yeah.
love. I'm like,
like,
who
where
is
is
your love? Like, why? Why are you calling me love? What's going on here? Let me tell you one for me that was a shocker. Okay. You just be on your own. Somebody will now come and tell you, Alexis, what's up? What are you doing? I've got my birthday party and it's at like Crown, somewhere bougie. And you're like, hey, this girl has money. And you're looking at the
Oh, I
person
know
with
where
so
you're
much
going.
respect.
Yeah.
Like, wow, I'm invited. Yeah, you're invited. You can come along.
Yeah.
Start at 7. And I'm like, hey, I will dress up. I'll buff up. And I go there, like maybe just thinking it's an invite.
Yeah.
And then when they finish, they start sharing the bill. I actually was offended the first time.
Right. They invite you and then they're like, you know, actually.
Then you pay the
sort
bill.
yourself.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people are not ready for it. So when you get there, it's that thing where I'm like, okay, if you're going to invite someone and ask them to pay the bill, then why don't you pick somewhere affordable? Do you understand? Because me, I was eating a lot. They brought the menu for me. I was like, wow, these people must have money. That is, they booked out this whole. Do you understand?
Yeah.
I was like, give me this one, and then 2 of that, and then more. Just be giving me, be bringing more. Top up my
Yeah.
glass. Oh, I was having. They brought bill for me 180
180 for
180.
one night.
for one night, and I didn't have money for rent. Yeah.
Oh, man.
It's very painful. Again, you know how people say when you come to a culture, you adapt and all that. I haven't gotten used to it. Like if I'm having a birthday
Yeah.
party, I'd rather have one in my house where I'm taking care of food
Yep.
than have people come to a bougie location where they have to now pay for something that I'm hosting. Do you know what I mean?
That's well.
Okay, another one. How about splitting bills? First date, splitting bills. It has never happened to you. No?
Like with a man.
No, with a woman. I'm not sure.
Hey, listen, like I don't know how you roll.
Yes, with a man. First date. First date.
No, first date, no way. No, are
Splitting
you
bills.
serious? No.
You've never been with someone?
Nope. I think it was just expected. So it wasn't, you know, when you go with your girlfriends and with other people that you know it's for sure not a date. Yes, then you split, but no.
Yeah.
I
It's
haven't.
highly debated though. Because some people say, well, we're both getting to know each other. Why should he do the
see.
But then it's also like, if he asks you on a date,
Yeah,
then
exactly.
he should pay for it.
That's
Do you guys
my-
agree?
That's,
Absolutely.
You agree?
yeah.
The woman shouldn't have to pay for the first.
Because he's a gentleman.
Particularly if you invited him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter who invites.
It actually doesn't matter.
Just pay for it.
My husband! This is why I married him.
And another thing, if a girl offers to pay me, she's not that into you.
True. That could be a
can
thing.
It could be, but
Yes.
also could be that it's the whole, you know, equality thing. That if you,
Most times it's just let him not say I chop his money, oh, please take your half. And
Yeah.
I'm not interested. You know what I mean?
Men will expect something after.
For food.
I think I've had people say, let me pay, and I'm like, nah, I'll cover it. And they're like, thanks.
Yo, they'll always offer, but if she
Insists.
okay, right. Yeah.
I've
Well,
never had that done to me apart from one time.
where you had to split the bill.
No, he told me to split the bill.
Oh, he told you. Wow. How did he tell? Did he like say?
Let me tell you why. I was that person that, okay, we go on a date, and on the first date, I'm telling you that I'm celibate.
Oh.
You understand? Because these days, people's minds wander. So I have to make it clear, like
Yeah.
on day one, that this
Day
is what
one.
it is, right?
Yeah,
so I'm
yeah.
celibate. He's like, why? You know, had someone asked you that question before.
In today's society, like in Australia,
They
that
could-
that's
they
probably
can't
had a
wrap-
culture shock.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. How casual sex is.
Yes.
It's like
That is so true.
that was a culture shock for me because you can meet someone and follow them that night. So yeah, I think he was genuinely disappointed in the fact that, you know, when someone's trying to convince you, but why do you make that decision?
Yeah.
Why? And then I had all these, you know, strong points, and he's like, man, this girl's not. She's not something she's gonna change her mind about. He was like, oh, so
He just
it's
knew.
really nice and da 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 da. I was split the bill. I thought it was like he wasn't interested because obviously I mentioned it early.
Right.
But then he called me out for the next day, and I said no.
He did what?
He wanted to go on a second one, and I said no.
Oh right. Okay.
It rubbed me the wrong way. I don't know what it is because I think it was as a result of that because he became a little bit cold after that conversation. And so for me, that's already like a red flag.
That's an interesting one. It actually reminds me of a time that he didn't ask me to split the bill, but it was we did talk about it, and
At dinner or before
yeah,
or after?
at dinner. And after that, I remember he messaged and he messaged later and he was like, "You're just wasting men's time."
What did you
Wow.
do? What did you say?
It was, well, I was very nice about it. I had very many things that I could have said in the moment, but because it was obviously via, you know, text message, I had time to just compose myself and write a composed message. But I didn't write that. I was very respectful and just like let it go. I haven't blocked him.
Wow. Mine was a bougie restaurant. He picked it. Went on a date, and after the date, I knew it wasn't going forward. So I told him on time. But then he's like, "So why did you tell me before the food?"
Did he ask?
I actually told him to send me his account details. I'll send it back. You know what?
You serious?
Yeah. He's like, I should have mentioned that. I was like, who says this? I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's like, oh hey, yeah, by the way.
Yeah, it was weird for me. Moving in together after I'm dating for a short time.
That was a culture shock.
That was a culture shock for me. Because we don't move in. We don't move in until
Yeah,
marriage.
yeah,
Like,
yes,
we don't
that
move in.
is true.
Do you know what happened with me and my husband? Maybe can I share the story? He doesn't.
Let the record reflect that he
He
said
said yes. He's doing sign language. So he was in Melbourne. I was in Sydney, right? And so he would come see me. I would go see him. And as children of God, during COVID, we had to kind of make it work. In that he would move down because we were so scared of lockdown and not having to see each other. My husband moved down to Sydney during COVID. And I remember that time where both our parents were kind of like, oh, you know, in case of lockdown, you guys have this thing going on, da 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 da. We were trying to keep it like cultural.
Right.
Now, no one asked any questions like, oh, he's living with you, da 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 da. It was like kind of like, this is what has to happen. Because COVID, people just kind of adjusted to what had to happen, right?
Yeah.
People were moving in together to save costs on living and things like that. So nobody asked any question. My sister, when they opened up, lockdown was over. My parents, his parents were like, so how far? You know that in our culture, you shouldn't live with a man until you are married.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all this while, no one has said nothing. After COVID, it was like,
wait a minute.
hang on. Now, there's no excuse. Before,
yeah.
we just kept quiet. We trust you children. We know you people are children of God. You are not doing anything wrong. Now that COVID is over, please, in our culture, it's so interesting how culture shifts. Hey, do you know he left? He moved out. 100%. He got a one-bedroom apartment in Mascot.
Right.
And he was staying on his own until we got married.
And how long was that in between?
Like maybe 8 months, I would say.
Gosh, yeah.
About 8 months, I would say. So I'll go and visit him, come and visit me in the same Sydney. Do you know what that means, rent-wise?
That's
We're
wild.
paying 2 separate rents just because that's our culture. And I was fine with it.
Yeah.
Because that is what we grew up in. Hearing people talk about their own, like, I've been dating for 4 months and we're just moving together to kind of see if we're compatible. And I'm like, then when you're not compatible, you not pack your things and move out. Isn't that more drastic? Like, isn't that a bigger move? But yeah, no.
It's not even, in Kenya. In fact, you live with your parents until you get married. Yeah, that's the thing.
Exactly.
But here, there's rent. You're living, you're supporting yourself.
And that's the logic people usually attach to it, is the rent factor. Like, why should I be paying rent in 2 places when we're seeing each other?
Tell
This
me.
one,
Okay.
parents being okay with, say, you bringing your boyfriend over to sleep over.
Wait. Let me adjust myself.
Why are you laughing? But it's a thing. True or false,
Wait.
Emeka?
Oh, you got girls all the time.
See?
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, okay. Wait.
Literally,
So
you
you
walk
bring your-
in, you see your mom there. Hi, mom. My boyfriend's sleeping over tonight. Okay, no worries. I'll see you guys in the morning. I don't know if that's how they sound, but I'm just like, imagine your mother. You bring your boyfriend, not fiance, even fiance, let me tell you. My sister and her husband went to Malaysia. It's too funny. They went to Malaysia. They were engaged.
Yeah.
For him to officially meet my parents, they were in separate rooms. Separate.
Yes.
And my
That
father
is
was doing
exactly-
midnight walks. Random midnight walks because not under his roof. They are still not married. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm used to. And I've been in a similar situation where like my fiance did, visit and obviously separate rooms.
I'm talking about your family house, like the roof that your parents live under.
And he's in your bedroom.
Yeah.
Not
But you've heard about
Impossible.
it. Is this the first time you're hearing it?
it's
Very
the
common.
first time I'm hearing about
Very.
it.
So yeah, lots of culture shocks.
The fact that they don't wear shoes.
They don't wear shoe. What do you mean?
Yes.
I've gone out so many
Yes.
times that I haven't seen people without shoes.
But they're drunk.
No.
No, Chidima, people don't walk around. I've seen so many Australians walking around barefoot, like anywhere.
Yes.
Like, even when-
Apparently, they don't wear shoes in
No,
Australia.
100. Well, okay. No.
Not everyone. Okay, she corrected me. Not everyone. I've
it's-
seen it, but usually at the beach or if they had too much to
You'll
drink.
like be at Woolies, for example, and you're there with your shoes, because that's what we've been
people
taught.
do. No shirt.
Yeah, and you're walking around the aisles, and there's people there with their feet just walking around. You'll see people on the sidewalk just walking without shoes.
Do you know what shocked me again? Having sandwich for lunch. Am I the only one shocked?
Yes.
Oh, you people eat sandwich for lunch in Kenya? Sandwich, bread and sardine.
Isn't that what you used to carry when you were in school?
As a child, not as a mature adult where I should be
But
eating
if
rice
you-
and fufu. Like sandwich, breakfast for lunch. I didn't know.
Oh, okay.
Do you know what I mean?
I
Like
don't
it's
mind
a breakfast.
it.
Not that you
Yeah.
mind. What do you guys eat for lunch in Kenya? Do you eat sandwich?
Yes. Like if I went to uni in Kenya, I would have carried a sandwich. And here in Australia, I carried sandwiches.
You've been here
Are you
for
talking
too long.
about sandwiches like the baguette, or are you talking like
Any type, bread and anything.
Yeah, lunch. That's so normal.
That's so normal here. You never, oh,
Even in Kenya. Yes.
Kenya, you people, who colonized you? Because
British.
sandwich for
The British.
lunch. Another one, they don't cook food.
You know, that's true.
It's a supermarket.
So you go to Woolies and there's like a section for ready-made,
meals, yeah.
And it's not just, it's not just Woolies, Coles, whatever. It's a thing, and people just takeout is, it's a norm. Yeah.
And so even like I run a catering company called Charcoal and Chops, shameless plug. But even when people are asking about our pies and meat pies, and they're like, "Oh, where'd you get your pastry from?" I'm like, "From flour." Like, where? You want me to? Everything is always frozen. There's a step skipped to make life easy.
Yeah.
Which
We live in the West.
I respect that. What I was gonna say is the fact that this was Christmas dinner, right? Christmas lunch. A couple of years ago, and there's this lovely family. They're so lovely, very lovely. And they're like, "Oh, Josephine, you can come join us for Christmas lunch." And I was like, "Oh, so sweet." Like, you can bring a plate, and look at me making pasta, jollof, spaghetti, meat, lamb, everything should be pouring out like rich food.
Yeah.
And I get there and I see bread, ham, and their leaves. Sorry, salad. Huh. There was something butter, like butter. You're so rude. Butter and bread. Okay, there was butter.
Okay.
There was butter. Not for you. There was butter and there was salad dressing. They're like, "Oh, you brought like a really this is so wholesome. This is your Christmas lunch. You invite them to come and eat bread." And that's their thing. Like, they'll have the sandwich. "Oh, we just got some fresh dinner rolls. It's still bread."
It's true. It's very very laid back, I think is what I'd probably say. They shorten everything. Everything is shortened.
That's a good one.
Everything. So if you're
That's a
not
very
a
good
common, like a local, Aussie, then you don't know. Like,
Tongues.
oh,
I thought it was the other thing.
yes.
Yeah. They're
I remember that one shocked
Josephine,
me.
You can just bring along your thumbs. I'm like, "I'm sorry, what?" I was genuinely offended, and we was to go to the beach. So I'm like, because already I'm shooken. Like, there was a lot of things I didn't understand. Like,
Just shooken.
"How you going?" I'm like, "By bus."
Yeah, it's true.
Like, by car.
Yeah, the
and
terms.
then no worries, everything, no worries. I'm like,
There's
when
no
will you
worries at
people
all?
worry? When are you going to worry
Not even
about
one
life?
worry.
Not even one. No worries at all. No worries at all, mate. No worries. I'm like, Shorten. Give example of shorten things.
Servo. That's a petrol
station.
fuel station. So if it's like servo, what is it? Servo, obviously Woolies, you've caught on, is Woolworths.
Do you know the one I also was like, they were like, we'll just see you tomorrow, Avo. I'm like,
Avocado?
Like avocado? It was not, I literally was like, "What do you mean Avo? Like, you want me to bring
That's
like
so
avocado?"
true.
It's like, "No, Avo is like afternoon." I'm like,
Like, how does
How?
afternoon, like AFTER?
if you said Afo,
Yeah.
Avo. I was like, yeah. And then the
Yes,
name.
Avo.
No matter how short your name is, when you come to
Yes.
Australia, they will shorten
Will
it
be
further.
shorter.
If your name is Obi, your name here is Ozo. They just have to. In fact, it's not even shorter; it's longer.
Yeah, it's
like
true.
Sharon. You know Sharon Shaza.
Yeah. Oh, Shaza.
Yes. So I'm like, "Hey, Shaza." She's like, "What the heck?" They will have to.
It's
I
true.
have a
It's
friend.
a very endearing thing.
On Bolude, my friend, bless you, Bolude. You know I love you. They call her Blue.
Blue.
Yeah, Blue. Sometimes she's like, "It's Bolude. It's Bolude," and I'm like, "Auntie, calm down."
The microaggressions.
Okay, give me an example.
So, for example, racism here is not really out there.
It's not pronounced.
It's not like,
It's
"Oh, you're
under.
black." So yeah, it's like under the carpet,
Yeah.
under the rug. So it's things like, "Oh, your English is really good." Where
Woo!
that one,
Yeah.
that one really gets in
That
there.
one, yeah.
Like how usually it's like, "Your English is really good. How long have you been in Australia?"
Because Australia is the only place
The only
that you
place,
can get
yeah.
English
Or
from.
where do you grow up from? Or
That's true.
and then you tell them, "Oh, in Kenya we learn." Oh, they take what? They're shocked.
Yeah.
They're shook.
That's gonna be a bit of a shock. Also, like
gonna
when
be
they
a big
say,
one.
"Oh, in Africa, do you have pet elephants and pet monkeys?" I'm like,
Yeah.
yes, bingo and bongo. They follow me up and down. They help me climb the tree, and Okay, this one, we will end on this because
Yes.
beaches here, beaches like the sea here. Australian swims with shark. Shark. That's shark. The one that ties mud, that eats people. Do you understand? The shark. And they'll tell you, "Oh, we've just put a barrier in the pool, so in the beach, so it can't get past." I'm like, who told you? So all those places that they used to shark attack, it killed one man, it killed the other man. How did it pass the barrier? Then you now have me as a certified Niger girl that eats jollof rice and egusi soup. With my egusi just coming out of my body, I'll just go and stand. Let me tell you, that shark will break that barrier to eat me because it will eat nutritious food. They swim with sharks. They protect. Can never be.
And they're completely fine, and they've got their families there, their little kiddies there.
If I go to the beach, it's to take picture. I don't enter far. You enter where you can see your leg. You can never find me deep. Why am I'm not learning how to swim. There's swimming pool. Why do I have to go to the beach to learn? It's salt water, you'll be scratching your body. Besides, you should go where you can see your toes. Because you don't know if the shark gave birth to little baby sharks that will swim and eat your toe and go with it. See, I don't take risks. I don't take risks. I will not, I'm not a risk taker. I'm sorry. I will not take such risks. I know how to say risks, by the way. It sounds like I'm having lisps or something. I know touching hair. Oh my God, I love your braids.
Yes. Yo,
I love your braids.
that
How did
is
you
so
color
true.
them? Do you
Or
dye
people taking
them?
photos. Have you ever had someone like come up to you and take a photo?
Just random.
On the train. I was just there seated, my hair, my
Really?
afro out. I turned and I found a camera in my face. Second time was when I was graduating.
And they're genuinely interested.
They
It's
are
not
really,
even
they're like, and they almost like, second time was when I was graduating and this random Asian person comes to me and they want to take a photo with me. I don't know them. I've never met them.
You
Can't make this stuff up.
You look exotic.
Can't make, so do you,
You
I mean,
look exotic.
well, yeah, we do. I mean, we can't help ourselves.
Listen, we
you
can't.
know,
The
like-
melanin is
Hey.
popping. Anyways, I literally dragged Alexis. She had no idea we were shooting today. And I was like, let's just shoot. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Let me know if, it doesn't matter if you're in Australia or any part of the world, if any of these examples resonate with you, let us know in the comment section. Thank you guys for watching. Let us know some other culture shocks that you've come across wherever you live, and let's get chatting in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment, and follow me on down below. It's down below. It's our first YouTube video. Forgive her. Subscribe up in heaven.
You better subscribe up in heaven.
So subscribe. You can follow me on Dr. Joey O. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Ciao.